These homestead lands became the lure of the West. Newly emancipated African Americans recognized this as a great opportunity to start a new life of freedom in the West.
I dreamed of a place far beyond the thick trees of Kentucky, beyond the slow ripple of the Elkhorn Creek, a place with little water but vast open plains, a place where I saw the horizon, where there were no trees, a place where the wind constantly blew at my face. The sky was so bright, so clear, so vast, meeting the ground at the edges of the world. And at night, the canopy of 1,000 stars as I slept. I dreamed of this place, a place we called home, where freedom was more than a mere word, where the night riders could no longer keep us living in fear. I dreamed of real freedom in this place, and as I awoke, I realized that it was only a dream, that this place of freedom was not here. No, this place of freedom was not here.
Newlywed and pregnant, Emma and her husband Charles Williams attended a meeting in the spring of 1877 at the Georgetown, Kentucky Baptist Church. They heard two men from Kansas, one white, W.R. Hill, and his partner, Reverend Simon Browntree, an eloquently speaking black minister, telling of opportunities of new homes in the promised lands of Kansas. They offered to help secure free government land for all those that joined their town company and wanted to travel west and settle in their new all-black town known as Nicodemus. Although named Nicodemus and located on the Solomon River in the promised lands of Kansas, the town was named for an African prophet who told of a time when freedom would come to the enslaved. He had pleaded in a song, "Wake Nicodemus," to wake him up for the great Jubilee. The image and dream of owning their own land in a new place where slavery never existed appealed to both Charles and Emma. They felt it could be the very place for them to raise their new family, and with a leap of great faith, they decided to leave Kentucky and start a new life in a new land. It was decided that Charles would stay behind that first winter to secure more finances in order to better equip them for building their new home in the West. He trusted Emma's mother to assist in delivering their new baby, and he promised to meet them there in the spring. It was settled then. Emma, along with her parents Tom and Zarina Johnson and siblings Ella and Henry, would soon leave Kentucky and all the memories of slavery behind. With God on their side and faith in their hearts, they joined the town company and agreed to travel west in the fall of 1877 when the townsmen would return to guide them and others to Nicodemus, to the free soils of Kansas. In 1877, the Cincinnati Southern Railroad opened a new north-south line from Cincinnati, Ohio to Nashville, Tennessee, right through the heart of central Kentucky. This expansion allowed folks to board trains at depots all along the line running north from Lexington to Cincinnati, where they would then board trains going west. Men, women, and children, and extended families from all around Scott and Fayette counties were eager to leave Kentucky. They gathered at area depots and purchased tickets to board trains. Among these first settlers and families leaving for Kansas were the Kirtleys, the Scotts, Weltons, Davenports, Harrises, Baxters, Lillies, Vaughns, and the Johnsons. In September of 1877, Sadie-Bill's depot was flooded with this large group of hopeful area settlers, eagerly awaiting their opportunity to board the train that would take them west.
Well, time now for us to be boarding this train going to the promised land of Kansas. And you know, before we get on that train, always a good idea to make sure that we have Jesus with us. Yes.
siblings Ella and Henry were among this very group.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar. For the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In a sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In a sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall sing on that beautiful shore the melodious songs of the blessed, and our spirit shall sorrow no more. Not a sigh for the blessing of rest. In a sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In a sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In a sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Emma Johnson had recently married Charles Williams when the Johnson family decided to go west. She was with child, and although newlyweds, Charles encouraged Emma to go with her family so she would be in the secure hands of her mother, Zarina Johnson, when she had their baby. Charles gave Emma a yellow rose and told her to wait patiently for him to arrive in the spring with the next group of settlers going west. She was apprehensive regarding the situation, heartbroken and scared as well. Nevertheless, she chose to honor his wishes and go with her family and wait for her new husband in the new land. Holding the rose in her hand as a keepsake and promise, Emma left Charles standing on the station platform as the train pulled out. Tearful and sad, yet hopeful and with great faith, she said her goodbyes while throwing him kisses through the thick Kentucky air. Settlers from central Kentucky stepped from the train at Ellis, Kansas in September of 1877. They did so with great anticipation. This was the last leg of a long journey from Kentucky to their new home in the West. These once enslaved and now emancipated men, women, and children still had no land or place to call their own. With a leap of great faith and trust in God, they decided to go west and become homesteaders. Look forward to a new life of freedom on the high plains of northwest Kansas.
Did we make the right decision, Tom? This land is so barren. Where are all the trees? This looks like the end of the earth. As you can see forever.
Not like the trees in Kentucky. This land has a strange beauty about it. That's why it's called a prairie.
Look, you see that yellow bird there? I heard a man from Kansas call it a meadowlark. It's got a yellow and black belly and a sweet song.
Sounds like it's welcoming us to Kansas.
You know, Bill and Roundtree say it's gonna take 2 days off to get to Nicodemus.
2 days? 2 days is gonna be tough. I'm carrying Charles's baby.
Not to worry, baby. We're gonna help you the entire way.
Sis, I love you. And if you need to ride in the wagons, you can.
You're carrying the hope of the new generation, the firstborn baby free. I'll carry the whole way to Nicodemus if I have to.
Don't worry, Emma. We will get you there safely. Between God and us, we will get you to Nicodemus.
Sisters Ella and Emma traveled with their parents Tom and Zarina Johnson and their older brother Henry. All had been the enslaved property of Vice President Richard M. Johnson of the Van Buren administration. As members of the Georgetown Baptist Church in Kentucky, they had listened to W.R. Hill and Reverend Simon Roundtree, who were the town speculators and organizers of the colony of Nicodemus. John Niles of Lexington had organized their particular group and traveled with them as they left the war-torn and Jim Crow South to experience a new life of freedom in the West. Nicodemus lay 35 long miles by foot north of Ellis, Kansas.
Emma and Ella were close and grew closer as their bond strengthened during each passing day on their long and unfamiliar journey west. They loved each other, were in awe of each other's strength and beauty, and were proud to be the daughters of their strong but gentle, wise, and visionary mother, Zarina Johnson.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering, I'm from the newspaper, the Ellis Standard, and Mr. Thomas. I was wondering if you would mind giving your name.
Why, I don't mind. It's Miss Kitty Jones.
Miss Kitty Jones. And where are you talking going?
Why, we're headed to Nicodemus. They say it's somewhere north, but it's gonna be our new home.
Is this your first time on the Kansas prairie?
It is, and I must say, it's pretty barren out here. Back where I'm from, Georgetown, Kentucky, you can hardly see. There's so many trees.
Well, you're gonna have fun going to Nicodemus. That's almost 40 miles away. You're gonna be on the prairie 2 to 3 days, at least one night.
Wow. Well, I'm sure we'll manage.
And when you get settled in Nicodemus, feel free to come back to Ellis for anything you need.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you, Miss Kitty. Have a good day.
Come on, Mr. Tomlinson. I think you got enough for your paper. Let's get going and let these folks get back on their travels.
I suppose with all these folks coming in, it seems like Western Kansas is really getting settled up.
Well, we got winter coming on.
Yeah, I suppose we'll find out come spring how they're doing.
We're gonna go about as far as the Green River, about 10 miles north. And there we and the horses will take a rest.
Word caution, folks. There's lots of rattlesnakes out here on the prairie. But one thing is, they'll always rattle a little bit before they strike. So you be careful where you sit, where you walk, and where you stand. But extra careful because if they bite you, chances are you're gonna die.
Sir, our daughter here is with child. Can she ride on one of these wagons?
Yes, we can make room for her on the seat of one of the wagons.
I do thank you, sir. Thank you.
What other dangers are there? Indians? Are there Indians?
Most all of the Indians have been moved.
The Indians have had their land taken away from them, and here we are trying to find our place in it.
What lay beyond the small, dusty railroad town of Ellis intrigued them as they walked and looked about with great wonder. They thought of what lay ahead in this unfamiliar environment, an unknown land called Kansas. Little did they know they were making history. History that would reflect their experiences and the unique chapter they were creating in the epic story of the settling of the Great American West. Yes, they were writing their own story as a new generation, finally free and able to participate in manifest destiny.
You see those bluffs yonder? That's where we're headed.
Yeah. Right over there and the straight north of Nicodemus, right?
Right.
Does that compass work? I mean, does it really work?
That compass works all the time, and that's the reason you have them here and you need your landmarks.
Well, you sure can't tell we're in some new country here. Hot too. But it ain't as hot as it is in Kentucky. Sticky, hot, feel like we're in a cook stove. And I ain't seen no road or path, not there yet. What the hell are we?
We are out here and headed to Nicodemus. We know where our landmarks are, and we have a compass, and we're gonna make it straight north of that landmark.
Doesn't look like much of a river. Kind of reminds me of the Elkhorn Creek back home in Kentucky.
Not much water, but it is cool and clear.
And even some shade along here, too. Thank goodness.
You just rest now. Okay, they say we still have a ways to go today.
Yep. Got a long way to go north before we bed down for the night.
I heard Mr. Hill says by the hollow gives a little break from this wind. Also, there's a creek down there for some fresh water.
Y'all hear that bird? That bird's singing again.
Suppose it's telling us to rest a while.
I see it. See right there? Yellowtail. Sitting right up on that branch there.
Yes, I see it. It's a pretty little bird, isn't it? Singing its sweet, sweet song again. Oh, my yellow rose done hunted. Well, I'm saving it just the same. Until I can see my Charles again.
Time for us folks to leave this resting place so we can get to the hollow and bed down for the night.
Yep. We're gonna need to build a big fire. That way we can keep the wolves and coyotes away. Then we can get a good night's sleep for that big push log, Nicodemus.
The face of the West was changing from red and white to include the black faces of soldiers, known as Buffalo Soldiers, as well as black pioneer settlers. The journey had required a long, hard crossing of uncharted prairie. These newcomers were tired and needed sleep before taking their final steps into Nicodemus. As the sun set in the west, night began to fall. The weary group made their way into Happy Hollow, where they would spend the night. A creek flowing with plenty of water ran between two large, deep meadows that sheltered the travelers from the wind. There was plenty of room for both wagons and people. They'd completed most of their journey to Nicodemus. They were anxious as they bedded down. Before dark descended upon the group, horses were unhitched from the wagons, and folks mingled with excitement and anticipation for the coming day. As the evening shadows grew, excitement for some of them, as they worried about what the complete darkness might bring in the strange new land.
Coyotes? And wolves?
Don't worry. The fire will keep them back.
Look, Tom. The stars are out. And it's not even dusk.
Reverend Roundtree says here in Kansas, there are so many stars at night that you can't even begin to count them all. And all the black spaces in between, too.
The vast, treeless prairie was all the travelers could see in every direction. Distant Nicodemus stood like an island in a sea of grass. This land they would soon call home. They would grow to love it.
They say we can see a new home in Nicodemus from here.
Look, Reed, you can see north across the valley.
Look. That must be Nicodemus.
Must be Nicodemus.
That's
Nicodemus, your new home.
Oh, freedom. I feel it in my bones.
I smell it in the air. I can see it everywhere.
Well, folks, we made it. This is Nicodemus. I know it doesn't seem like much of a town, but with your hard work, you're gonna make it. Where are the houses? Look over there. Mr. Smith is coming to greet us. He's coming out of his dugout. The dugout is where you're gonna live until you can build your above ground houses.
Well, looks like we got our work cut out for us. But we got plenty of shovels.
Miss Emma here, she's with child. So she's gonna have the first child born in Nicodemus. So I suggest that we build her the first dugout home.
Yes, sir. I think we should all work together and build her dugout first.
This has been a pretty arduous trip over here from Alice.
Yeah, well, when I came in from the west, and it wasn't too bad a trail over there, so when we go back, let's take it that direction and see if it's any better.
Sounds good.
Hear what you've been saying, is we're gonna be using that cut back there, Ellis Trail, back there, Ellis quite a bit. To pick up mail and pick up supplies. And so if it's any better, let's go that way.
There's a few little rough spots right over in there, but you can drive around them.
Okay, and then once the wagons pass, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the horses within the wagons.
Well, let's use that route for the wagon. But if we're walking, let's use the east route, just facing them out.
Whether you go east or you go west, once you get to Gady Hill, with a compass, you know that Nicodemus is straight forward.
I love Charles. The man I love. The man I married to be with Mama and come have this baby. I hope I'm making the right decision.
You did, sis. But are you scared?
Well, of course I'm scared. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But I'm not scared for Charles. I'm scared that he won't ever make it or won't be able to meet our baby. I'm terrified he won't make it. He'll get lost, hurt, or even die on the way out here. It was such a long journey.
You just keep on praying. God won't let you down. You'll have that baby. The first baby to be born in Nicodemus. The first in our family. You'll see him as he promised. Come spring.
I am. It's just so far away, I can't even measure the distance between us. I pray spring will come soon. God, please, please bring Charles home safely.
Emma delivered her first baby with the assistance of her mother, Zarina. She named her son Henry after her brother. After his birth, Emma prayerfully waited for Charles to come. Her rose wilted and died, but she kept it in her Bible until Charles finally arrived with the second group of settlers in the spring of 1878. Oh, sweet taste of freedom. O land of the free, free soils of Kansas, windswept prairie, dry hot winds, buffalo bones afar, meadowlark sweet song, lone wolf sings praises to the North Star, Milky Way the canopy outstretched above this vast prairie. O Kansas, we survived the steam and death of slavery, to live here, to be free, to call this our home. Emma had 4 more children after Henry: Maggie, Charles, Clara, and Nell. The rose was last seen during the 1990s in a Bible owned by Yvonne Sayers, the granddaughter of Henry. For over 140 years, most of the residents of Nicodemus have been related to or are descendants of the Emma Charles Williams family. Their second son, Charles, was my grandfather.
Great-grandfather was the first baby that was born, and that's who Emma was carrying when she walked across the plains. And just to imagine how our ancestors did that long walk, and the trails were so hard, but they were determined to get here. And especially Emma, to have her baby on free land. My grandmother, she had a flower that was given to Emma. It was a yellow rose. And my mother, she had that yellow rose, but I'm not sure what happened to it. It was passed down from person to person. Our story is being told, and I feel like our ancestors is they're remembering us, and it's something that I have shared with my friends and relatives and everybody that cares to listen about Nicodemus.
We learned in doing this filming that it wasn't easy just walking across the prairie. Some of us fell, some of us almost fell, and we had to get back up and keep going. So it's sort of like a metaphor for the destiny of this group of people. They had to get up and keep going, even though things knocked them down.
I had new respect of Nicodemus, a new respect of what our ancestors went through. Just going that trail, the tall grass and not knowing what was there up under all the grass. If I had to be in that time of day, I just don't know. But they came through, they did what they had to do.
I was so proud to be a part of this, to be on our farm, on our land. And we grew up hearing the story, well, that's the trail of Nicodemus. We always heard about it. We knew about Nicodemus, but we never went there, but we didn't go to other towns either. But to have this experience, oh my gosh, I've just fallen in love with all the people. And this is our second time to get together, and we just hug each other like we haven't seen each other in 90 years, and we're best friends, and we just love each other. It's just been an incredible, incredible experience. So grateful.
It was really, really nice for me to be able to do that, and it was an honor and a privilege to be involved in this. We've had so much fun, the camaraderie. We've just been able to relive almost sometimes in history the way it came about.
I felt very humbled and very honored to carry on this legacy and share her story. That's a very historical movement with my family, and I'm so blessed to have someone who knows so much history and that they've documented all this stuff, so we know to do something like this and share it with the world.
I'm kind of a history buff, so I think this history story from 1877, walking from Ellis to settle the town of Nicodemus, is a story that needed to be told, and that's what this film documentary did, and I'm proud to be part of it.
As I read the narration, I was moved by the fact that they came from Lexington, Kentucky, and some of the problems that they did have and the things they encountered in a totally different land. I thought it was pretty interesting. There's a lot of history in the Midwest that a lot of people are not aware of, and I just live a few miles, less than 100 miles from the location where the transition happened, and I wasn't even aware of some of that stuff. So it was very interesting and eye-opening to me.
With the history of that has not been told, I think it's so important that we make strides to dig up the past, because I feel that our ancestors are screaming from beyond. They all had stories, and they want to be remembered as well. And so it's up to us to bring their characters alive, to do your research. We are carrying that fiber of all the folks that came before us. It's very important. So we are living out some of the dreams and their prayers, of course.
Just being a part of something that was a part of my heritage was enough for me. Our little time that we spent alongside the wagons was not weeks and months even. It was just a few days, and I just can't imagine what they had to go through.
One of the things I walked away with is the knowledge of how hard it was back in 1877, and how these people had to really persevere to maintain and to eventually accomplish surviving in Nicodemus, and it gave me a better understanding of what it really was like out there in that sun and out there filming this. And
Venus. We're looking off into this distance, and we're seeing this new place. It's going to be our home. And I remember asking the directors, like, how do you want this to film? And I was told to just film my ancestors. I channeled it at that moment. I felt them move up through the bottom of my feet, through my body. I could just only imagine what it could have felt like for them to just say, this is going to be our new home. Let's get to work. Let's get to work and make this nothing out of something.
You know, I'm not superstitious or anything like that, but we were standing there, and one of the other actors started talking about Nicodemus. They were right there with us. I could sense it. That's how I felt. That it was emotional. It was pretty emotional when we stood below the mound and looked towards Nicodemus, because we had just walked their footsteps for a couple of days of their life.
We all felt our ancestors at that time. They were sowing for freedom, but they was going to a place where it is going to be this. And they could make it for what it was. And right to this day, I believe that's why Nicodemus is still
Yes.
because they left their mark. They left their mark. And we're here not letting that mark to go away, regardless. So it's not what the world gave us, it's what they gave us. And we can keep that going. And we can pass it down. And never, ever be ashamed of our heritage.
Appreciative of everything that our ancestors gave us before we even had it. Because we wouldn't be able to have Nicodemus if they hadn't been steadfast in building Nicodemus for us to have. This is our heritage.
Yeah, but also something else they taught us was that no matter who we met, we always had a home to come back to, and not too many people can say that. You know, we can always say we can go home.
I just promise to continue to share the story. No matter who I encounter, I always tell people about where I'm from and the history behind it, and to definitely go visit such a place, the National Historic Site of Nicodemus. So no matter who I encounter, sorry, but you're gonna listen about me and about my family and where we came from and establish that town in 1877, Nicodemus.
The making of the telling of this story all started with a dream to share the past, to reflect on struggles, trials, and tribulations those black pioneers encountered on their quest. The miles traversed to Kansas from Kentucky no doubt at times felt fearful and surreal, but they also held a wonderful excitement for what new freedom in new lands would soon reveal. The trek itself would prove to be exhausting. For sure, the faint of heart had no place in this plan. Like ancient times, with faith in God, they traveled to a windy western Kansas promised land. So very, very different from their old home, this place, so barren, flat, and dry, yet still possessed such beauty in its own right, with a wild, free, vast, open sky. The sounds in this new land, so strange and haunting, as time went on, they grew to know and love, with western Kansas winds and smells so daunting, magnificent, those countless stars above. This place called Nicodemus held new dreams for them, though tears and trials and troubles lay ahead. They faced them with a sweet anticipation, still remembering the shackles they had shed. What great history they've given us to share today. What a story they have left us to behold, with reflection on participating characters, those pioneers, so brave, so strong, so bold. Their transition, we can only now imagine their journey to this new land they call home, and what they felt and what they saw. We'll truly never see, for history's just past images we're shown. The making of the telling of this story conjured feelings and emotions from us all, with cast and crew all trudging slowly forward through the prairie lands of Kansas in the fall, with images of ancestors holding weary hopes and dreams as they finally saw their destination at long last, and with great anticipation of new freedom in this land, releasing yet still remembering and honoring their past. Yes, these images are pure energy, and always such will be, changing form but ever present without fail, and the presence of that energy can still be felt today from those who travel on the Ellis Trail.
Thank you to everyone that joined. This is a story about my family, so I just hope you guys love the story. I'm going to show some pictures now.
Put water in and you put this in music.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to get our family history. Yeah, babe. Can she go with you? Okay. Thank you. There's some more family right here. And then I said, did you get? But I like the Lord's This is the Bible they were carrying in the movie and the rose. Little village. Quite some time. Sorry.
This is, she didn't tell you, but this is a book that went through 500 pictures and picked out the best ones that showed the actual filming.
Okay.
So,
This is one of the actors from the film. I'm live on YouTube. Sorry.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, we had so much fun. It was just, everybody cooperated and we just had a ball. I didn't know you could have that much fun doing a movie.
Yeah, this is one of my grandma's cousins. My grandma is Rosetta Sayers.
Okay.
And Mary Jane Sayers. She's related to the Angela Bates. Yeah, so I'm one of the grandchildren.
So where do you live?
I'm in Glendale and next to Hollywood, California.
Oh, we talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah, we're
recognize
staying
you.
at the
I'm sorry.
Pleasant Inn.
Yeah. Yeah, with Darius and I. That's my best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't recognize faces. I always have people. Who are you? Who are you?
No, it's fine. I'm just thankful I'm able to show this to my daughter.
This is Ida's grandfather. I mean, Angela's grandfather.
Angela Bates. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is her grandfather?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just learning a lot from my Aunt Mary and my Aunt Denise. Yeah, so this is a lot. It's a lot of history.
A lot of people. But
I'm getting a little bit of it figured out.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Can I hold it for you?
Please, I'm gonna screenshot it.
Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
have to
don't
hold
think
it
I
like
have
this, I
that
guess.
picture. Thank you. Wow.
This is my farm. This is our shop. And this is planting early morning
That's a good
before they
shot.
take off. Because Kenny was he rode in the parade today, and he was in the Cowboys. So that made it easy. We told him what we wanted to do, and he took care of all that. There's no worries, and he did a super job. We'd gone out a few days earlier and laid out the trail. Oops.
Hi.
Hi.
Yep, my sister Amber,
Hi.
From yesterday.
Yes, I do.
Waving
Yeah.
you over.
And so some of this was filmed on her land. There was one picture at the end that showed like Father was standing around. That's when we was choosing the spot. Okay, where we're going to shoot. And
Oh yeah. Going out and choosing the location.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely know about filming. I was an actress in Hollywood.
Were you?
Yeah. I was on House, ER, CSI Miami. I was a cop on CSI Miami.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you like it?
I loved it. Yeah. Then I had my daughter, so it's like 11 to 15-hour days on a set, so you can't have a kid with you. So,
Not if you want to know.
yeah. So,
And he
yeah.
did such a good job. Oh, his voice was just
He's right
perfect.
here. I don't know. Right here.
He was singing?
He just walked in.
He does the narration. He's one that
Oh,
narrated
he's
the
doing
whole
the
film.
narration. Oh, wow.
And he wrote the poem at the end.
Oh,
She
nice.
said, "Can you sum this up for us?" And so he wrote it to sum it up after we'd already filmed it.
Wow.
I thought he just nailed it. Is that you?
Don't know like talk.
Well, at least you got your hat on. And
So
And I didn't know we were filming this. They kept telling me move over. I didn't know they had these lined up behind. And when I saw that, I
wow.
thought, that's an iconic shot.
It is an iconic shot. So, how can we get this film like nationwide?
The film?
Yeah, like this film. How can we get it nationwide?
Talk to Angela. I don't know. This is inside of our house the night before. Everybody's trying to get their parts, and she was trying to get her baby bump just right. And Angela's saying, "Oh my."
Yeah.
It worked out really nice.
Yeah, because this is history right here. This needs to be told.
The Cowboys just did so well. Because when you got animals and everything, you don't know how it's going to come off. Right?
Yeah.
This guy was 90 years old, and this guy was paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh, wow. How did he get up there?
They took a ladder and just shoved him up.
Oh, wow.
they were his mules.
And his wagon. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's classic too.
There's one. Thanks for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to Angela because there's. I live in Glendale. There's a lot of Armenians. There's not. My daughter doesn't see her face that often. So yeah. So even like teaching anything about Black history, like the principal's not on top of it. So she's at Cerritos Elementary in Glendale. So what I did is I ended up working at the school, and I started working at the school mainly because my daughter was getting harassed. She was like, she got pushed off the monkey bars by one kid. They kept touching her hair. So she's only 8. And she's been at the school since.
Like a novelty or something?
No, it's just they're impressed by our hair and stuff, and they just like walk up and just touch her and stuff, and she's just like, she was 6 years old, came home, she's like, why do they always gotta touch my hair? That's not something that a kid has to deal with and stuff. And so I felt like if you educate the kids there, then they'll be able to understand why we don't like being touched. And they didn't even know the history behind the braids we wore. And I had to break it down to them by a book that I have. It's called I Love My Hair. And with that book, it tells in details like how our ancestors got to freedom. So basically, the reason why we wear braids is it's a path to freedom. We couldn't go to school, so they would put the path in your braids to get to freedom. Yeah.
I just think they're cool.
Yeah, and on that book, it shows like the little girl, like, I'm gonna turn it this way. So in case people don't know the history too. So in the book, it shows like the little girl leaning back like this, and her cornrows are connected to the rows in the field. Yeah. So that's an easy way to teach kids about the history behind wearing cornrows in your hair. Yeah. And you wouldn't believe how many kids were coming up to me from kindergarten all the way to 6th grade saying they thank you for reading the book. It taught us a lot, and they stopped touching my daughter's hair. It really taught them. So I told the principal there, I'm like, this is something that we need to talk about, not just that. I love the fact that she's showing Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman, but those are the same three that everybody knows.
Exactly.
You need to teach other people, like Daniel Hell Williams, I believe it was, that was the first black doctor to do open heart surgery. Kids don't know about that. There's a lot of, and I say, you're talking to someone that comes from a family of historians. I could bring artifacts and show you guys here. And I said, like, if there's any way that you guys can let me bring this down, because I have cousins that have the artifacts, that we could bring it there. And this principal is not budging, so I took it to the district. And when I went to the district, they were able to let me speak.
Okay.
Yeah, they were able to let me speak on a piece. They asked me a question. Why do you feel that Black history should be taught in schools? Because in Glendale, they're trying to take it out of the schools. And I'm like, we barely see ourselves as it is. And you're going to take Black history out of the schools?
It's like
and I said, this is not going to happen on my watch.
It's not like they're not going to have interaction later on in life.
Yeah, so I went to the district, and now the superintendent is actually a Black woman. So she was like, well, what do you want to do about this? I'm open to anything that you want to do. I said, I'm willing to bring the artifacts that my family have and write up a script of what we could do as far as showing and teaching the children about our history and the reason why it needs to be in the schools. And she said, I'm on board with it. She asked me to do an interview. It was supposed to be only for 15 minutes, and 15 minutes turned into 45 minutes about me telling my whole history.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, so.
Now, Linda, see, she talked in Corona.
She talked in what?
Corona.
Oh,
City
nice.
But also taught in Glendale 2 years at an Armenian school.
Oh, nice.
Culture.
Yeah.
But tell her about how you found out about Nicodemus.
I was sitting in the teacher's lounge, and I was lamenting to this other teacher. I said, you know, my children do not know my history, and it just makes me really sad. I said, for instance, we have the trail walks right across our farm from Ellis all the way to the all-black town, and he goes, Nicodemus. I said, Nicodemus, how do you know about Nicodemus? He goes, well, it's in our 5th grade book.
Yeah.
And he went and got it and showed it to me.
And I said, now who's the author?
So she
told it
it's
all about
like
how it became a national park and all that.
so it's like
This
4
is like
pages. I had her text me.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I'm gonna introduce you to that lady when you come back home. So that's what started this whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm amazed. I'm really amazed, and I'm glad that my daughter was able to see it.
Well, you gotta come. You gotta come back.
Oh, I'm coming every year now.
You're too good. You gotta come back.
Oh, we're saving up and we're coming every year. No, I was telling them how I live in Glendale and it's a lot of Armenians, and the reason why I started working at the school is because my daughter started there when she was in kindergarten, and they keep touching her hair, and she got to the point where she was 6 years old and she came home. She was like, "Why do they always gotta go to the hair?" She was frustrated, and I said. I went to the school, talked to them about it, and it's not even just the teachers. It's not even just the kids. It's the teachers too.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
They
but
find it interesting that we have hair like this, and so they want to discuss it. But you know how we are as black. It's like
yeah. So you know what I do when they go to reach, I go to reach on theirs too, and they back up, and I back up too. I'm like, so that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So what I did is I ended up working at the school because I started working at the school because my daughter got pushed off the monkey bars, and I was just like, no, this is doing too much. So I started working at the school, and like I actually saw a teacher come up to my daughter. She kept on saying, "You're so beautiful. I love your hair," and she just went to go to. I said, "Don't touch my daughter's hair." Like I've told you this numerous times. I'm like, we feel like a dog. Stop treating us like we're a dog and petting us. I said, I'm from California.
Oh my.
Yeah, Glendale, California, next to Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, we drove 26 hours.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I've seen it about 7 times, but I'm still just enthralled by watching it. Just
Yeah.
When I cut that inch, I think that helped.
It made a huge difference because people were kind of I'm getting reported. What's this all about? But that lined it up.
I think you're exactly right. I think that was a good idea.
Wait for 1 second.
She's too cute besides the hair.
So Zoe, you didn't even greet your cousin. You just came right over.
Yes, he does. He looks like a
She's
little
what
girl
grade
with that
now?
hair.
She's going to 3rd grade. Yeah.
I'm trying to dry this off because I put it in the sand.
Oh. So say hi. It's Letitia. And this is Zoe. Yeah. Zoe.
Zoe.
Yeah.
I know. Wow. The little girl's 10.
Did you like the film? Did you watch it?
What did you like about it?
Did you like the guy's voice?
You liked everything. You liked everything about it.
What did you like about it? Everything? Did you have a favorite part of it? No?
You didn't have a
Did you see
favorite
that
part?
little girl that was in there? Did you see the little girl that was in there?
She waved at the camera.
She waved at the camera. Yeah,
That was really cute. Yeah. I'm glad you stuck that in.
Zoe, tell her what's your favorite book? Your favorite book that you like? The favorite book that you had me read to you like over 10 times. And the movie you saw. You forgot?
What is it?
Oh. She didn't hear you. She was talking.
What is it?
Her favorite book is by who?
By who?
By Harriet Tubman.
Oh, by Harriet Tubman. Who's Harriet Tubman?
Who's Harriet Tubman, Zoe? Tell her who she is.
She was an engineer on the railroad.
Tell me what you told me, the reason why that's your favorite book.
Because I like that she freed the slaves and then I won't have to be in slavery.
Where did she take them? Where did she take those people? On the Underground Railroad. You don't remember where she
You don't
took
remember?
them? She took them out of slavery though, didn't she? Yep. I think she took them to Canada. At first, I think that's where she took them. Are you having fun? You are?
Because he just left to go and eat, but he said he was going to come back.
Oh, okay.
It's a good celebration.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it to Hollywood.
You're trying to get what?
I'm trying to get this film to Hollywood so it can be nationwide. So it can be nationwide if it's up to you. I have friends out there, so I'm trying to get it there. So just let me know.
And the cousin that worked on it, he lives in Burbank. Yeah, he lives in
Oh,
Burbank.
Burbank?
Yeah,
That's
you're
around the
in
corner,
Glendale.
yeah.
Yeah, you live in Glendale and he lives in Burbank.
Wow.
And his sister is right there in the.
That's his sister?
No, that's his aunt. I'm sorry. That's his aunt. Yeah, he don't say it.
And it's his dad back behind there with the white hat hanging off his head. That's his dad.
Yeah, that's his dad. The one in the blue shirt.
The blue shirt with the white hat.
Right.
Yeah, and his son is Bert that was on there, and he's the one that lives in Burbank.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to connect with them.
He's the one that did the love story.
Yeah, I'm going to have to connect with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live in Glendale, and he lives in Burbank.
Wow, what a small world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ina, I met her through a Los Angeles, she was doing storytelling at the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I had talked to Ina, I had met Ina, but over the phone and all. She came up to me yesterday and sat down. She said, Angela, she said, I'm Ina. We talked. And
Yeah.
to actually meet her, you know, was like, wow.
Yeah.
And she does the storytelling and all that. So.
I was trying to get her at my daughter's school, but like I said, we live in an area where it's majority Armenians, and the principal wasn't budging, so I had to go to the district and stuff. So it's a work in progress. Most definitely. It's good seeing you.
It's good seeing you. You guys gonna stay around for everything tonight too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not leaving probably till Sunday night, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. We came with Mary. Yeah. Oh, now you want me to touch you. When I was putting my arm around you back there, you didn't want me to touch you.
Yeah, because then I couldn't see. Because your hand was like this.
You know, there's a whole contingency of Nathan's that are having a family reunion tonight, and they're my great-great-grandfather's grandfather's brother that ended up in Chicago. So all of those descendants are making that connection. And they had the family genealogy and stuff, and they said, you guys have a William Henry? I was like, yeah, that was my great-grandfather.
Wow.
So they said, we need to find out about them. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, and they settled out south of Bogue, where the cemetery is, and where we met this morning when we had the women's gathering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all of them, and some of them own property out there. So just to meet them was like, oh my God.
It's amazing,
The
yeah.
families that are reconnected.
Stop, Zoe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Are you related to him then?
Yeah, so Mary Jane Sayers is my great grandma. Yeah.
So we're related to the Bateses. Yeah. We're all related to.
Yeah.
Her mom lived in.
My mom is Joanne. Rosetta is Mary Jane's daughter,
That's right.
the oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her daughter is my mom, Joanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom passed away. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, I went back and told her.
Yeah,
You are the spitting image
I know.
of Billy. Spitting image.
I said I don't do faces, but I think that there's resemble.
Say hi.
Can you remember
Say
that?
hi. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. It was good seeing you guys.
This one, this lady comes and said, you know me? I said, I don't know.
Oh, actually, I want to record some of this too first. Angela, I'll see you later.
There's 7 other vehicles that they all went up.
And then all those years later, I was
Got another bag, and surprisingly, the chocolate's not melted. It's right over by the mobile. Shows inside the mobile. No, I'm thinking. You get to see inside when you get it. Even though. Well.
This was my mom's school. Wow. That was my mom's school.
Oh, she went to district number 1?
Yeah.
Who's your mom?
Joanne. Joanne White, but her mom is Rosetta Sayers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mary Jane Sayers is my great grandma. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Are you related to us?
Yes. So my people.
Do you mind if I record?
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking all crazy. So I come down the Williams family line.
Okay.
So did you watch the movie?
Yes.
So the Williams, so it was Emma and Ella and Henry.
Yes. Yes.
So Emma marries Charles.
Yes.
Charles has Charles Jr. and then Charles Jr. marries Elizabeth, and then that's the line that I come down.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had about 14 kids down that Charles Jr. line. But
Wow.
You said Sayers?
Sayers.
Okay. So
Mary Jane Sayers. One second.
Harriet Tubman thingy to go back here. Can I-
She's obsessed with Harriet Tubman.
Oh, she's gonna get good.
Yeah.
If I remember right, the Sayers they have a connection with Henry.
Yes.
The first baby born in Nicodemus. And
Yes.
that line. So Charles Jr. and Henry are brothers.
Oh,
and so
wow.
that would be our connection.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This I need a pen and paper.
I know.
It's a lot to write down.
Oh, man.
Can we take one of these?
Yes, you definitely can.
Okay, I got a picture last time I came here when my grandma passed in 2019, I think it was. Of standing by this. It's called a dugout.
Yeah, that dugout.
Yeah, the dugout.
Where are you from?
I'm from Glendale, California.
Okay.
It's originally San Bernardino, but I moved to Glendale, but I've been there since 2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know a lot of the descendants when the town population starts to go down, they move and go to Colorado.
Yeah.
A lot of them go out there to California.
Yeah. Can I lift this real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the dugout where everyone would go to when they're coming to get to freedom. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. It's a lot. This should be nationwide.
Yes.
I'm trying to get it to California.
Okay.
So I'm working on it. We could take these too, or?
Yes, you can
Okay.
have any of those brochures up there. You sure can.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna get two because my aunt, she's over there helping with Calvin.
Oh,
Yeah, cooking the food.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's in La La Land right now.
She enjoying herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this her first time coming?
She came when she was 4. Yeah. So she remembers a little bit.
Yeah. Running
Oh,
around and playing and all that good stuff.
oh yeah. I kept trying to get her on that the merry-go-round, the one that we used to go on when we were little. I said, you guys are so weak nowadays. I said, we used to go in there and fly off and then jump back on.
I was talking to somebody about that too. We were laughing because I was like, that stuff is illegal now. They can.
It is.
They got the soft little pebble stuff for them now and everything.
Yeah. One of the kids fell yesterday. He was like, oh. I said, boy, get up.
That is funny. And then I said the tornado slide, man, that thing is like, it felt like it's about 18 feet in the sky.
I know, it's so high. I remember that one because I fell off of it.
Oh no, see,
Yeah.
see. I could burn my bottom on that thing. It just got on it and rode down.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got plenty of burns.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. No parts in that. Now they got the merry-go-round where it cups you and you sit in it.
Yeah. I'm like, they're making them weak. They're making the kids weak.
My nephew, my brother had my nephew, he was all mad because he went flying off of the had sand all in his hair.
Yeah.
He'd be nice here. She's from Hollywood.
She's from Hollywood.
I did want to tell you a story because I understand culturally what it's like.
Yeah.
I was in the Peace Corps in Dominican Republic, and we had a couple come, and she was a redhead.
Uh-huh.
And they was in there where they were assigned to was, primarily African Americans.
Uh-huh.
And they just filed through the house. They wanted to touch her red hair. It drove her nuts. She had to go home.
Oh, yeah.
So I said I kind of understand
Yeah.
what it's like.
Oh, I'll tell them in a
couldn't
minute.
take it.
Yeah.
Should have put it.
Because you gotta understand. That's our personal space.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. We're standing right here having a
No,
conversation.
but I mean, it's.
Yeah.
And down there, see, that was another thing. You get very uncomfortable very quick when I
Yeah.
start getting closer. And down there, they get very close anyway.
Yeah, they do.
So, but all of those things you don't think about till you experience it. And you go, what was that?
Yeah, they kind of backed off a little when I showed the history behind it and stuff. But then they went back. A few months later, they went back to the same thing. But it takes practice. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Have a good trip.
I will. All right. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. This is your daughter?
Yeah. Yeah, she's soaking up all the history.
There you go.
Yeah.
So y'all drove here? Or?
Yeah, 26 hours.
Oh my God.
So I took the Uber to the train to San Bernardino, and then from the train to San Bernardino, we drove from San Bernardino to Kansas. Yeah, so it's 26 hours.
Okay, so somebody helped you drive.
Yeah, me and my Aunt Mary.
Okay.
Yeah. She was gonna do it by herself. She done it twice. She's 77. She's not doing that by herself. I'm like,
I
nope.
can barely do 50 miles by myself.
But she done more driving than me. I don't know how she did it.
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah, because I get a little stir crazy just going to Vegas, okay?
yeah. She was like, I see you swerve over that line. Get out. Let me drive. Like I was trying. I was really trying to hang in there. She calling me old.
Can we visit my cousins in Vegas?
You gotta ask Mary. You know she's on that clock. So Ina, I am so upset.
What?
All that recording I did yesterday on the Instagram, for some reason when my phone died, it didn't save it. And I got a lot of history, a lot of people telling history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because the internet here is not as reliable as we're used to.
Yeah, I saved it, but I don't know why it didn't save. Because I saved it and then the phone cut off. But I guess it was probably searching when I saved it.
Yeah, it had to
Upload.
process it.
Yeah.
So, is this your first time here?
No, this is my second time. They had the repass from my grandma, Rosetta Sayers. Stop, Zoe. They had it right here. She was always wanting me to come. I was a starving actress, so she was always wanting me to come here and sing. And I'm like, I gotta fulfill that dream for her. Yeah.
Hey, did you sing?
No, I haven't been able to sing yet. I gotta talk to the people and see who I talk to as far as singing. Yeah, but Angela, they said that. No, not Angela. I can't think of her name right now. The one that helps coordinate is Carla.
Okay.
Carla Bates.
I'm
Yeah.
not a pro, so I don't know.
Yeah, Carla Bates. She said that she was gonna arrange it for me to come next year and perform and talk about the history that I've learned and stuff.
What have you learned?
Well, basically, it's like what I'm teaching because I live in Glendale and they don't really know much about the black. It's a lot of Armenians, so they don't know a lot about our history. And I'm like, I'm trying to bring it down there. Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in San Bernardino. So San Bernardino's a little bit country next to, next to, you get woken up by the roosters and stuff. So,
Really? I
yeah.
realized it was that country.
Yeah, it's that country. But then I went to LA, and LA is totally different. Yeah, it's more fast paced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Glendale's LA County, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You're trying to distract.
they as far as like the water and power and stuff like that, it's through Glendale. Glendale Water and Power. Yeah. Yeah, but it's still LA County. Yeah. Yeah. So
Did you grow up hearing about Nicodemus?
Did I grow up hearing about Nicodemus? From my grandma, yeah. And then she took us out here and showed us the land where they grew up and everything. I believe that was, she passed in 2019. Zoe was 4 when we came out here. So I think it was around the time when she was 4 years old, because she's going to be 9 now. Yeah, because she took us to the land, and she was like, the myth is there's supposed to be some quicksand on this. We don't know where it's at. I'm like, I don't want to find out.
So she was born here.
Yeah, she was born here. Yeah, and she got buried here too. Yeah. Yeah. Do you mind me recording too? Okay.
So what,
Are you related to the Bates or the Sayers too?
No, I'm a reporter for Washington Post.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Writing a book about it. It's called The Social
People aren't watching the schedule.
Exactly, and that's exactly why I'm trying to bring it to Glendale too, because she's going to school there and she doesn't see that many of her people. I understand because that community is more like Armenians, but they don't know too much about our culture and stuff. And it started. But my thing is this is like every time the principal's pretty good as far as like putting like everybody's history out. But my thing is I feel like she kind of slacked. Yeah. So because I told her like in November to get prepped for February, and like the last, she waited down to the last week of that month, and I'm like, no, she was gonna put just Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. She was gonna do that, and then I said, well, what about Daniel Hell Williams, I believe it was. That was the black doctor to do open heart surgery and stuff. And I also said that coming from a story of historians and stuff, like you better talk about Gail Sayers, the football player that made the Hall of Fame and stuff. I still have his jerseys before he passed away and stuff. So like this is stuff that kids will want to aspire to be, you know. And if it's not told, then they're not gonna be. What am I trying to say? They're not gonna. It's not gonna give them hope to want to be anything. So she's inspired because she's seeing all this. And I've been teaching her Black history ever since she was out of the womb. Like I'm reading it when she's in my stomach. So she knows her history. Like her favorite book is by Harriet Tubman, and I said why, and then she was like because she freed the slaves. Yeah, and she was literally, you know how you yell at the film. She was yelling at the screen. They coming! You better run! You better run! I was like, wow. It was the new story about Harriet Tubman. It was the new one. Yeah, she seen the old one and she seen the new one, but she still likes the old one. Yeah.
I forgot about the new one.
Yeah. She was like, this one's good, but I like the older one better. I was like, I didn't really want to show it to you because there was a lot of beating and stuff. It's so raw. But she was all in. She was glued to the screen. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Kind of like that one over there.
Yeah.
Good.
It's your first homecoming?
Yeah.
My first homecoming, yes it is. I love it. I love it. I want to come every year now.
26 hours is far back.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to learn more. And Angela, the one that made the Ellis Trails, she's related to my great grandma. My great grandma, Mary Jane Sayers. Yeah. Sayers side. We're on the Sayers side. So Mary Jane Sayers is my grandma's. My great grandma and my grandma's Rosetta Sayers. Rosetta Sayers, she passed away in 2019. So we came out here when she was 4 years old. Yeah. Yeah.
So when they left here, they went to California?
My grandma did. Yeah. She moved to California. Yeah, it was a little love story. My grandma, she ended up getting pregnant by my grandfather, and they moved her out of the town because it's like she's Jehovah's Witness. How's it gonna look with her 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old kid pregnant? So she moved her out of the town. My grandfather. Yeah. My grandfather wasn't having it. He found out where she lived, and he ended up going to her window, snuck her out the window, moved her to California. They had 6 kids. Yeah. Yeah.
So they went to LA, or where did they go?
They went to LA, and he tells me this story. Well, he passed away now, but he used to tell me this story about how when she went to California, she saw the big palm tree, and she was like, "That's a funny looking skinny tree." He said, "Shut your country Bama butt down." He was talking about her because she was so country. She never seen a skinny palm tree.
Where was he from?
He's from LA.
Okay, gotcha.
No, he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
Because he has family in LA. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, they were in LA when they met.
No. They met here.
Okay.
But then because he was a singer, he sung for Berry Gordy. Yeah, so he traveled all over the world. So a lot of her kids are born from all different areas. Yeah. Yeah, 6 kids, but they all have different areas they were born. Yeah. My mom was from Chicago. because she was born in Chicago when they were performing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's good that they were going together.
Yeah, they were going together. Because my grandma, she was a singer and he was a singer too. Yeah.
I mean, that's how my grandparents were split.
Okay.
One jazz musician.
Only because we
And
love
he went crazy on that road.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get your name?
My name is Letitia. Latia.
L-A-T-I-C-I-A, Letitia.
Yes. And it's Perkins.
Yeah, maybe
Do you have a good number for me to reach you if I have any
Yes.
questions? Yeah.
818 237
you said that.
0697.
I don't think.
Yeah, let me sign off of this live.
Keep it in your pocket.
So I want to tell you guys thank you for joining my live, and I'll be coming back with more. And I'm out.
Oh, that would be
You connected to the Wi-Fi in here?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way.
That's the only way, because I record